I believe the children are the future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty that possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children laughter remind us how we used to be. Hey everybody, this is Let Me See a Transcript, your very favorite history teacher. And normally this is a messy Monday when I do come on, but today I really wanted to come on here and talk about something a lot more serious. Uh, because as a teacher, this is always a biggest concern is, am I safe in school? Are my students safe in school? Are my colleagues safe at school? For the most part, a lot of urban schools, inner city schools, we have metal detectors. Teachers got to get on duty to check backpacks. And still, um, still things like this happen. Okay. Um, in, I believe it was Denver, a student was found with a gun during a backpack check. And um, two administrators were shot because they were basically doing their job. A student with a gun, they had to follow procedures. And that student shot those two people and left and fled the scene. Later, that person was found in a car by themselves, dead. I wasn't quite sure if it was self-inflicted or not. I'll have to double check. Then there was another one in Arlington, Texas, which is near Dallas. And it was one young man who shot and killed another young man. In both those cases, they were not what most people think about when they think about school shootings. They think about there must be a white male between 18 and 25. In both those cases, it was a young black man. Okay. And so still male, but still, it saddens me because I don't know the circumstances of the second young man wanting to bring a gun to school and shoot someone. Was he being bullied? Was it a drug deal? Was he crazy? We make a lot of excuses. Well, a lot of excuses are made when the shooter is a white male, but black males and other, males of different colors are not given that same satisfaction. Then today, early this morning, we have, it says 3 children. I think the number was actually smaller than this earlier today. Hey, Mikey. Yeah, Mikey, I don't understand. Hey, Lindsay. Yeah, I think we should never accept this. It's like, I have to, we have to have drills now. Used to be just fire drill, tornado drill. Now we got to have shelter in place in case someone in the building, or if there is a shooter in the building. And today's shooter was a white female. I saw a female at first, and I kept saying, like, really? And she was not taken alive. Okay. And wait a minute, 7 total, street staff, 3 students, and the assailant. And so now I'm trying to figure out, okay, when does it stop? When does it end? And we're going to do another hashtag. And I think it was Arlington or maybe in Denver. They had to reverse their policy because there were protests. I want to say it was Denver. They had protests last year involving some of the students who wanted to stop having school resource officers in the building, because actually statistics actually show, research shows, a lot of times those school resource officers a lot of profiling of Black and brown students, you know. But after the shooting, now that I want to say the school is now is going to have the superintendent is going to have a school resource officer at their school. What do you mean her female and male name? Assailant was a newly identified trans man. Oh Lord. Here come the jeez, I'm sorry. Is the trans man white? My thing is, what are we doing to stop students from wanting to go to school and shoot up the place? Are we not identifying them easier, better? I don't want to carry a gun, Mikey. I want to be armed with some more resources for my classroom. What if we then start to have teachers being afraid of students and they're not getting in line and then want to get their gun and want to shoot a student? I'm there supposed to be teaching the topic, teaching skills, not trying to be a hero. Definitely have to have safety, but I don't want to carry a gun. That's a good question. Let me look it up. Okay, there's a website. Oh wow. Hmm. Okay, this one website. I have to come back to this one. It actually has the data on the. But I need the number. Oh Lord, we've surpassed 100 mass shootings. That was March the 6th. March 8th. They said 104. Sorry, I'm still dealing with the braces, y'all. There's 52 mass shootings in January, 41 in February, and 12 in March. So so today makes 13. No, we had 3 this past week. So 15. Right? Dang. It may even be more than that because we probably know there's probably something we don't even know about. Now I'm seeing somebody got killed on spring break. Fix it, Jesus. Help us, Mama, y'all. Let me see if I can find the CBS shooting. And I have links in the description and also to to a really good article that I read earlier today. Yeah, it was a church, like Catholic church. They have Catholic schools, there are Baptist schools, Methodist schools. I'm not sure what denomination. I can find out. Yeah, I'm thinking the exactly that's not a good mix. Okay, her name is Audrey Hill. All right. So from what we're gonna say, okay, this is me being politically correct. Okay. When a person transitions, you don't refer to them as their birth name. You refer to them as their uh trans name, the name that they are choosing to identify as. Um, I need to find out if Aiden, boy, you do this every time now. Wait, what Waffle House shootings? It was a K through 6 school. Okay. MTD was a gunshot. Why the gunshot had to get into that. Oh my! I'm so tired of her. I am so tired of her. Whoever runs against her next time, I think I might give money to their campaign. I don't even live there. Yeah, we're supposed to say Zaya Wade instead of Zion. And that's why I really get upset with people who don't necessarily agree with someone being trans. They use their birth name and not the name they go by. And it's like, okay, you don't have to agree with it, but okay, Mikey. Um, and actually, what it's referred to is it's called their dead name. When a name they no longer go by once they transition, it's called their dead name. You're not supposed to refer to someone like that. I actually read an article. It was so sad. This trans young man, he transitioned in his family. I believe the sister or somebody got or the cousin got married, right? And the bride basically said, I think they were doing a rehearsal and they were like, "Where's your dress?" And they're like, and the dad was like, my son, my son transitioned. He's gonna wear a suit. And he had a new name. Do you know? She's like, well, why can't she just wear the dress on this day? And I'm thinking, like, I understand it's your wedding, but come on, just yeah. So, and she wasn't even in the wedding. She wasn't no bridesmaid, no groomsman, no usher or anything. So they went to the wedding. It was time for like the reception area, and they had place names for everybody. Do you know they used the trans young man's dead name he was born with? And I'm just like, you didn't have the respect enough to just put the name that he goes by now. You had to make a statement at your own. If you didn't really want him at the wedding, you should have just said so. So they just said so. And the dad was very supportive, and the dad and I think the mom they took their son and left. I'm just like, come on now. So let me see who has okay. Here we go. School shooting. Let's see if I can find a much more updated article. And see, they're still saying female. Okay. Well, I'm gonna not go there. I'm gonna say Aiden. So they keep saying woman. I wonder if they're going by the ID. I don't know if Aiden changed his ID yet. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm thinking. Let me see. Let me see if I can find. Let me see. Present. Share screen. Hey, Ebony Woods. How you doing? Okay. Let me take this off of here so y'all can see it. Wait a minute. She was see, that's what I was wondering. A former student there? Oh my goodness. Hey, Hood Therapy. And see, now I'm wondering about abuse. I'm wondering about abuse now. And I'm wondering what kind of church school this was. Because, certain denominations, like the Methodists, United Methodists, are becoming more accepting of the Christian religions. But some other religions are like, they old school. Like, no, and you might get sent to a camp or something, or therapy. Okay. This video is protected by Section 107 of the U.S. Copyright Act of 1976. Fair use is the use permitted for purposes of criticism, commentary, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Okay. All rights to this video belongs to ABC News. Okay.
From officials in Nashville about a school shooting that left at least 3 children dead. Police say the shooter is also dead. Let's listen.
From this spot later in the morning with Chief John Drake and others. At 10:13 this morning, the police department received a call of an active shooter inside Covenant School, Covenant Presbyterian Church. The police department response was swift. Officers entered the first story of the school, began clearing it. They heard shots coming from the second level. They immediately went to the gunfire. When the officers got to the second level, they saw a shooter, a female, who was firing. The officers engaged her. She was fatally shot by responding police officers. There was a 5-member team who was on the second floor at that time. 2 individuals from that 5-member team opened fire on the shooter. We know at this point that this shooter is a female. She appears to be in her teens, although her identification has not been confirmed at this juncture. We know that she was armed with at least 2 assault-type rifles and a handgun. We are efforting now to identify her. She entered the school through a side entrance and traversed her way from the first floor to the second floor, firing multiple shots. We now know that there are 3 students who were fatally wounded, as well as 3 adults inside the school. We are working to identify those victims, including the shooter. A total of 7 persons were killed as a result of this morning's incident at the school. By 10:27, the shooter was deceased. The officers had engaged the shooter by 10:27, and she was deceased. Again, I said the first call came in at 10:13 this morning.
Keeper 116.
We'll have more details to give you later in the morning. Chief Drake will be here in a bit. Now, Kendra Loney from Nashville Fire.
Fire department crews are dispatched for active shooter incidents as well, for medical support, but also for an RTF response, which is a rescue task force response to go in alongside of MNPD response. Our crews were right there on the scene to provide medical aid to any survivors, but also be there for victims so that we could try life-saving efforts in this case. So we went in as soon as it was safe for our responders to do so, to try to provide life-saving efforts for those that were impacted by this incident and this tragedy. Our crews were able to be on scene to pull out those that had viable signs of life, those that were still showing the option to be saved. And we did make transport of 3 individuals and 3 children, and then 2 adults that were taken from the scene. Our crews then set up a reunification unit. That reunification unit is at 2100 Woodmont Boulevard. That's where parents can go to be reunited with their children. All of the remaining students were able to be escorted out of the building with faculty and staff. We're not sure about the processes that they had in place, but we were on scene to help them mitigate anyone from seeing exactly what else was going on, but we're sure that they heard the chaos that was surrounding this. So we do have mental health specialists and professionals that are at that reunification site for both the students and the families that are going to be affected by this today. Our OEM units were able to provide buses to make transport from the Covenant School to the reunification site. We had one bus that carried 74 students and faculty staff members to the reunification site, and an additional bus that had 34 students on them. So all of those persons were carried. It was difficult for us to kind of identify who was just there as part of staff for the church versus who was there for the school, because it's all housed in one building. But at this time, we were able to get that number of persons transported out of the building and into that reunification site. So that is where parents can go to be reunited with their students. There is a hotline being set up for parents to call. But right now, that is where they should go, 2100 Woodmont Boulevard, which is Woodmont Baptist Church. Additionally, we do have a debriefing site set up for on-staff or personnel who are working this incident, and there are mental health professionals set up there for them as well. There was one police officer that was injured with a hand injury as a result of making an attack on this incident. But other than that, there have been no additional injuries to first responders or personnel responding to this. And as Don mentioned earlier, we will have further updates coming later on in the afternoon.
So on a typical day, there would be about 209 students inside the school.
Okay, I'm going to stop right there. She said something about there are going to be updates later in the day, and that's what I want to find out is the update, because I want to know how we're just going to call them A. How did A get in there? So let me see. This was ABC. Mm-hmm. Oh, I just found out verification. The student that did shoot the two administrators, they did take themselves. They did die from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Also, prayers out to Mississippi. Prayers out to Mississippi. Map of the building. Lord have mercy, Jesus. They entered the home of the Covenant School shooter. Lord have mercy. Wait, where's the thing that said ABC? Let me do stop screen. I'm trying to look for one that was like a couple of hours ago, because then they can probably give us how the person got in. Okay.
Shooter was 28 years old and Karen, the shooter, was 28 years old and a former student at Covenant School, a small Presbyterian church elementary school in Nashville. Audrey Hale, now identified by police as the person who shot through a locked door to get into the school about 10:30 this morning.
Did he just say a locked door?
An officer team went straight to the gunfire on the second floor here at Covenant School and killed the intruder, who was armed with an AR-style rifle, an assault-style pistol, and a handgun. At least two of them legally obtained, according to authorities. Even though it appears to have been a rapid police response, 3 adults and 3 children were killed before officers could end the incident. The children, a pair of 9-year-olds and 1 child turning 9, and among the adults, a janitor, a substitute teacher, and the head of the school, 60-year-old Catherine Kuntz. Police say they found a horrific crime scene.
We know and believe that entry was gained through shooting through one of the doors, is how they actually got into the school.
But as today's shooting in Nashville, Tennessee demonstrates, there is more work to be done. The fact that this is a daily occurrence in America is unconscionable.
In Washington, this latest school mass shooting reverberating to the Senate floor. Illinois Senator Dick Durbin.
Out of dangerous hands and to keep our children safe.
With the shooter, 28-year-old Audrey Hale, dead, tonight investigators converge on the home where the graphic artist lived. They have found evidence that the attacker cased the school and had maps of the layout. A planned attack, they say, was executed about 10:30 this morning.
Let us love each other and support each other and hug each other and pray for each other.
Investigators tonight going through the shooter's digital footprint, including a now removed Facebook post in which Hale wrote of binging on video games. Hale's mother telling ABC she lost her daughter today, saying it's very, very difficult right now, asking for privacy, then hanging up the phone. A neighbor telling ABC News Hale lived at the family's home and was, quote, very religious. Ravi?
Watch breaking news on YouTube. Subscribe to ABC.
Okay, let me go to. Thanks, Lindsay, for the link. I'm just trying to. And did they say three 9-year-olds, a janitor, a substitute, and the head of the school? What the hell them 9-year-olds do to you? See, I'm tired. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Let's what about the victims? That is a big freaking age gap. That is a very big age gap, y'all. Let me put this up here. Okay. Just before 10:15 a.m., 6 people, including 3 children, were killed at Covenant School, part of Covenant Presbyterian Church in the Green Hills area of Nashville. Those gunned down include 3 9-year-olds and the headmaster of the school. Evelyn Dacus, 9. Alicia William Kinney, 9. I think it said one of them just turned 9. Dr. Catherine Combs, 60. Cynthia Peak, 61. Mike Hill, 61. Okay, y'all, I'm going to need y'all to pray for me because I have a really bad thought right now, and I need y'all to pray for me. Y'all need to pray for me. Y'all really need to pray for me. Because I'm going to say something that's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. So it's the director of the school for the Covenant School. The peak was Mike Hill was a custodian. Oh my goodness, one of the children killed, Haley Scruggs, shares the same last name as the pastor of the school. Oh my goodness. Oh Lord, what if that's his child or his granddaughter or a niece? It was 8-year-old going on 9. He didn't get to make it to 9, Lord. Okay, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. Oh, y'all not even looking at what I'm looking at. Dang it. Okay. Which one was 8 going on 9? Still, you didn't get to make it to 9? Lord have mercy on them. Y'all see it now? That's what I'm talking about. She was a substitute. Was she substituting there years ago when she attended? Oh, it's a bougie area? Oh. Look. I hope them angels letting them have recess right now. Yeah, because I'm just it's just yeah, it's too much. What the hell? Audrey? Aiden? What the hell? Says expert examines potential seeds of grievance. Hold on. I see something over here. Because that's what I really want to get at is that there's things that are, that's what I'm saying. Was there something that they didn't catch? You're 28 years old. You went back to this school where you attended. And I looked the school up now. They said it was 8. Hey, Summer Queen. It was 8-to-1 classroom ratio, 200 students, K through 6. It costs $16,000 to go to this private school. It is a ministry of the Covenant Presbyterian Church. Hey, Son McQueen. It was Audrey. Well, 2 names are being given. Audrey Hale, but they're saying that she's transitioned to a male, and the male name is Aiden. So we just gonna call them A. A went into this school and shot 3 kids, killed 3 kids, and killed 3 adults. One was 8 going on 9. Damn. Okay. Okay, that's what I'm trying. Okay. I'm glad Mario got him a new job.
Aspect, the psychological profile of the shooter, forensic psychologist Chris Mohandy and psychologist Dr. Erica Anderson. Yes, you remember Dr. Anderson from our story about transgender and detransitioning. It's good to see you again. Thank you both. Mohandy, let me start with you. From a forensic perspective, this fact, is it a distinction with a difference?
Well, I think it becomes an important origin for what all these shooters have in common is a sense of grievance that they're fixated upon. And so it is a reasonable hypothesis to explore investigatively that, this individual may have had some issues with navigating that. We know that transgender people in our society, unfortunately, are subjected to mistreatment, marginalized, stigmatized, and rejected, and have a lot of unfortunate negative experiences, as they are grappling with their identities and trying just to be who they are. And so that could be the seeds, of a grievance. The fact that it's a religiously themed school, could be the origin of a place where they felt rejected as they were maybe expressing certain ideas. These are hypotheses, but grievance, the fact that it's a religiously themed school, could be the origin of a place where they felt rejected as they were maybe expressing certain ideas. These are hypotheses, but these are reasonable hypotheses that could be part of it, or maybe not, but definitely something that needs to be explored.
One bounce question to you, and then I want to go to Dr. Anderson about how we understand this person's actions. The bounce question is this, Mohandy. Usually they are at the school, recently out of the school, once in a while, some years later. But to target your middle school when you are 28 years old, when you know nobody in there is above 6th grade, what does that tell you?
I think that there's some sort of either perception of mistreatment that originated there, a grievance that became fixated upon that institution is one hypothesis. The other could be simply a target that they were familiar with, that they knew that would be soft, that they had access to, or it could be a combination of those features. But I would go with likely that there is a sense of mistreatment that originated there, that they're fixated upon. It doesn't make it right, but that may be part of what this is about.
Dr. Anderson, I know that you're not in the business of talking about shootings very often, but the reason we wanted you to come on is my gut reaction to this story was, oh boy, just what people needed. Another reason to go bad on people who are transgender and see them as now different in a violent way. And now I know people are going to say, oh boy, you're feeling bad for him after what he just did. It's not about that, but it's about understanding how this person got to this situation. What do you see in what we know so far, Doc?
Well, as we all know, there's more to come in terms of learning about the shooter. It's a highly unfortunate event. My heart goes out to these families, 3 innocent children, 3 innocent adults, and the shooter all dead in a horrible day. Too many horrible days in America like this, I'm afraid. I'm concerned that people would make too much of the whatever personal torment this shooter had that might be related to gender. We don't know yet. We'll learn more, I'm sure. It is true, as Dr. Chris said, that transgender people have it rough in America, maybe more so in recent years because of the publicity. There's a lot of stigma, marginalization. All the surveys tell us that transgender people in America have a rough road to go. So we could speculate, as we're doing, that perhaps this young person was experiencing some sort of personal struggle or torment, maybe at the time that they were a student at the school. It's an awfully long time ago for someone 28 to reflect upon events that would have occurred before this person was 12 years old. That's 16 years. That's a long time to harbor a grievance or a resentment. So one would wonder what's happened in the meantime. What mental health treatment did this person have? I'm suspicious because the person is 28, as reported, living at home with a family of origin. That's kind of unusual for someone of that age to be still living at home, if it's still, or again, living at home. So I'd wonder about that. The LinkedIn profile, which you've looked at, shows the person with their name, I assume legal name, which appears to be a female name, but the preferred pronouns are he, him. So one question that arises for me is, where were they in some kind of a gender journey, and were they partially through some kind of a transition, or had they just begun? I don't know. I would like to know. Perhaps we'll have another conversation when we have a lot more facts. But certainly there's no reason to indict all trans people as being violent. The evidence is quite the contrary.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, Newsnation Now.
Point, Mikey, they chose their life. We didn't choose it for them. And Dr. Anderson made a good point. Where was Audrey or A in the transition process? Was A binding their chest? Obviously, we see the haircut. But like the LinkedIn page still has Audrey on there. And then they called the mom, and mom said, I lost my daughter today. She didn't say I lost my son today. Then again, we don't know if A was being Audrey at home and then being Aiden outside somewhere. I also want to know, like, do you think A went there all the years from K through 6? Let me see when the school was created. The Covenant School. Where was the school? This is a private Christian school in Nashville. $16,000 to go there. How old is this school? Hold on. How old is Oh, they say it was founded in 2001. So how old is Audrey? Or A? 28. So that wouldn't have been 1995. Hey, Muslim. Yeah. See, that's what I was wondering too, because they were like, oh, the custodian was Mike Hill. And I was like, I didn't want to be like stereotypical, be like, okay, the custodian is probably black, but I was thinking it though. Muslim, if it's something that he posted that is going to make me upset or trigger me, exactly, that's what I'm afraid too, because if the shooter is black, oh, they was a thug. What were their parents? If they're a white male, oh, were they bullied? It's mental illness. Okay, now it's a trans person. Oh, that they're mentally ill already. They're doing bad things already. I already hear Elmore Johnson right now. So, because I think someone tried to say the Texas shooter from the Uvalde, they tried to say that he was I think someone tried to say that he was part of the community. Take a look at it by yourself. Oh Lord, Muslim, please don't. I want to pray for that one. Okay. So, I mean, what, 1995, maybe 94, their birthday was in December. And the school was opened in 2001. So they were 7. Let's say their mom let them go there from when they were 7. They went in the 1st or 2nd grade all the way up to 6th. So they were there 6 years. We don't know what happened to them. Oh, right. Right. Now I'm about to say something really controversial. I guess this is making me think about Messy Monday. Because I'm looking at this picture of the principal. And I might need to go check my privilege, my biases, things like that, because I'm thinking like, okay, out of all the people you shot there, I want to know how long. Wait a minute, how long has Catherine Combs been there? Hold on. She might not even been the principal when that girl started going there. Oh, she went to LSU. Oh, she from Baton Rouge. University High Lab School is studied at LSU. Oh, wait a minute. She's only been there 7 years. So she wasn't even there when that girl went to the school. So she just went and shot some people that wasn't even involved? Wait, she was a children's author too? Oh. All right. She was said she sacrificed her life to save theirs. Oh. Okay, then I'm gonna keep my comment to myself then. I'm not gonna say what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna be quiet. Do you think it's like, okay, you remember the new is it the Sandy Hook killer? Remember how the Sandy Hook killer went to, wasn't it his high school, his elementary school, or his mama worked there or something like that? And I think that was convenient too. Like he wanted to go somewhere, I guess, meaning for his mother to inflict the most damage. I'm wondering if this school is somehow something that the parents were like, always pushing and stressing, or maybe held in high esteem. And so the school became the thing like, okay, I'm going to stick it to my parents. I'm going to shoot up the school that they love so much. See, his mama worked there. See? Mikey, can you please stay on topic? We're talking about the school shooting. You already kind of repeated yourself that they chose their life. Yes. And I don't think transgender people think we chose their life. I don't know where you're getting that from. Okay, I don't, yeah. I'm sorry, y'all. I still got this on my brain. Okay. Muslim, you got your own channel now? You going live on your own channel, or you trying to go live on Mikey channel? Well, I want to say prayer, rest in peace to the family of the victims. Also, hopefully, also to the kids and the parents and everybody else who the kids gonna need counseling. Okay, on Mikey's channel. Okay. But I just Lord, and they said 2 of the guns were purchased legally. Then where the other 2 guns come from? I got questions. I'm gonna come back with updates on this. Also on updates on the one in Arlington. The one in Denver is pretty straightforward. He was a troubled kid. He got kicked out of one school district and he got into this school district. He was on a plan. So like a discipline plan, and then he came to the school. They were doing their searches that they normally do, and they found a gun on him. He was upset. He didn't want to give up the gun, and he shot the 2 administrators who were basically trying to administrate. And then he left and fled to school in his vehicle, and then he went and unalived himself. I'm still need to figure out what the Arlington case, if that's bullying, is it a drug deal, is it jealousy, is it because he shot the one kid, killed them, and the other girl was, I guess, standing next to him or near him. It ricocheted off the ground and hit her in the leg and the arm, I think. Wait, it was 2 rifles and a handgun. Okay, I don't want to say it, but is one of them the moms or the dads? Is there a dad? Relatives in the house? Y'all making $6,000. Y'all paying $16,000 a year to go to school. So he said 2 of them were purchased legally. So that means one of them was not. Then who gun was that? Moms, dads, cousins? Bought it up the street? All right, y'all. This is Let Me See Your Transcript, your very first history teacher. I will see y'all. I'll come back later tomorrow with more updates. So check my community wall. Oh my goodness. That's a whole nother that's a whole nother topic for another day, because I go to leaku.com. She has a video and the audio, and she made it bigger, and then she transcribed it so you can see, you can read and hear what they said. Let me go get the video for y'all so y'all can. We might have to do another live, not right now, about that, because when the police got there, she gonna say, "Oh, the gun just went off." No, you pulled the trigger, ma'am. You pulled the trigger. Don't be lying. We heard you. Facebook heard you. And that video was on for a long time. That Facebook, Okay, here's enhanced audio. Woman kills husband on Facebook Live. There you go. She was able to enhance the audio. LeakU.com. Michael, you trolling me now? Can you not troll me right now? But yeah, I just felt like I feel sorry for the kids because they had to come down there and see their daddy. And my thing is, you was on Facebook Live. He was trying to leave. And then the mom was like, stop. And then she like, murder scene. What you thought? You were trying to shoot him in the leg, but you shot him in the stomach or shot him somewhere that killed him? Like, come on, ma'am. And that whole audio, it should be used as evidence against you. It's going to be used as evidence against you. Oh, the gun just went off. Really? The gun just went off. I'm telling y'all, there are toxic women. And in that case, that's another case too. Most of the time you've seen the last few months, it's been men unaliving their wives and their girlfriends. And then now here we got a woman doing the same thing. You know? So thank you, Mikey, for being here. Lindsay on your My Duty, Samba Queen, Muslim. I think I saw Black Anonymous, Keeper 116, Black Anonymous. Who else there? Ebony Woods. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you to those of you going to watch this on the replay. I appreciate you so much. And please like, share, subscribe. I know I've been doing a lot of Jaguar right content, and that's bringing in the numbers. But can some more of y'all watch the other videos too? Don't leave them out. Okay? So, and yeah, let's pray for them, pray for us, pray for everybody. Okay, y'all. Y'all have a good night, okay? Bye.